Visit Brazil, home to shit tons of vanishing wonders. The Amazon, indigenous lands, publicly owned utilities, democracy. It's also home to a variety of poisonous parasites. Come to Brazil. Hello, I'm from the Brazilian government, with the message to the world as we prepare to have a coup. I mean election, to decide if this little shit goblin should run the country for another 4 years. The past 4 years have been great. Our "it's just a little flu, bro" policy got a shit ton of us killed. The pandemic's second highest death toll. More than half the nation faces food insecurity. Some are scavenging for bones in bins, and shitloads are homeless. But hey, look on the bright side. This family managed to buy over 100 homes, half of them in cash. Are we corrupt as fuck? Good question. And thanks to our secrecy laws, you get the answer in approximately 100 years. Cool and normal. But one of our greatest achievements has been to fuck the Amazon to the very brink of collapse. Visit the Amazon, home to shit tons of biodiversity and one of the planet's biggest carbon sinks. Well, it was. Now, it's a net emitter of carbon, thanks to us. That's cause we gutted our environmental agencies to help illegal loggers and miners burn and loot the forest. We let land grabbers murder the indigenous peoples who are fighting to protect what's left of it, and helped our agribusiness mates clear the forest to grow soy and beef so they can keep making the chin-chin. What's that? At least they're helping to feed all those hungry Brazilians? Oh, honey. Most of that beef and soy is exported for profit. Hungry Brazilians can go eat a bag of dicks. Agro é toco. Agro é população faminta. Agro é shitfuckery. Because of the shitfuckery, our scientists revealed that deforestation and fires in the Amazon have surged under us, which shocked much of the world. So of course we reacted maturely by pretending the fires are not happening and sacking the head of our own science agency. We also told the world to fuck off, cause the Amazon is ours. And by ours, we don't mean it belongs to Brazilians, but to our agro boys. Visit our Amazon and watch billionaires trigger one of the 9 tipping points threatening to end human civilization on the planet. Cause scientists say once we lose 25% of the Amazon, the hydrological cycle that keeps the rainforest alive will weaken to the point that it can no longer regenerate, thereby releasing the cubic fuck ton of carbon it stores into the atmosphere. And since scientists have just announced that we've now lost 26% of the rainforest, we're pretty sure the Amazon won't survive another 4 years of this. Which is why you might want to keep an eye on our coming election, given that the outcome could fuck not just Brazilians, but also most of humanity. Brazilian government, we're going to get us all killed. Oh, and if we lose the election, we'll say it was rigged, cool and normal. And if that happens, we hope our imperial masters can come and help us end democracy here, just like they did all those other times in Latin America. We promise to privatize everything. Elon, CIA, please come to Brazil. Authorized by the Department for Making Brazil 64 again.
Oh, good God! Is everything working?
I think we have achieved takeoff.
No, we have achieved takeoff. That's a good way to put it. How are you tonight, Shanda?
I'm great. I'm feeling good. I've been exercising every day this week, and yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm tired, but I feel good. And I engineered a bunch of shows this
Yes,
week.
you
And
did. You did a great job too.
thanks.
You
I have a
really-
new appreciation for the hell that you go through.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a warm hell. It's a dry heat. So
I'm feeling the heat from it for sure.
Yeah, it is great. You want to shout out the chat, or you want me to do it, or what?
Yeah. Let's shout out the chat. I see Gamer's hanging out in there. Thanks, Gamer. Julie's there. Hey, Julie, I got some stuff on the deck that you sent us. Let's see. Dingo ate me, baby. So sorry, Dingo. Natalie, welcome, Natalie. Natalie, you know what? I asked Amber about the Assange protest in Seattle, and yes, there's going to be one at Pike's Place, the 8th. At 11 o'clock, I think, 11 or 12 is when they're going to be starting on Pike's Place. They're figuring out what they're doing. Becca C. Hi, Becca.
Hi, Becca.
Bob, welcome, Bob. Good evening, comrades. Good evening. Plus, Anthony. Hey, Anthony. Combo's chilling in Brazil. Yes, Combo is chilling in Brazil. We got that on the deck. We got a message from Pasta a couple hours ago, so we got that. Warren, Extra Bola.
Hi,
hello.
Uncle Warren. He had a secret show last night, and they talked about the unspeakable stuff that you could only talk about after dark.
Oh, it was the After Dark show.
Yeah,
we like
that was
After
it.
Dark.
Yeah, it was After Dark. I learned a lot about appliances, not kitchen appliances, by the way.
Not Black and Decker, right?
No, well, maybe some of them were Black and Decker. Right?
Yeah, definitely. Let's hope not. Hey, Ace, what is it? Is it ACAB? ACAB. Yeah, ACAB. Welcome. And then, of course, I'm in there. Hey, Vic, Bass Adams.
Vic. What's up,
Vic. Kate in the door first, as always. Kate, Kwashabi Kate. Thank you for being here. Make sure I don't miss anybody. And then you've got the Rock Fin.
There's the Crone of Anarchy. Hi, Crone.
Hey,
How
Crone.
are you?
Welcome, one of our Patreons.
Fred Edward. Always good to
Oh.
see you, Fred. Riley Martin. And there's Ronnie Graham.
Hi, Ronnie.
Hi, Ronnie.
We love our Patreon so much. You guys are so supportive.
You guys are the best. Gosh, I got to tell you. I do want to I want to shout all of you out again. Thank you so much, everybody.
I got to do a special shout out. This goes to Go Start. And the other day, I don't have my glasses on. You know, when I'm reading through my chat, you know how blind I am. I have got to start wearing my glasses because I'm just catching glimpses as they're going by, and I'm like, and then I think I missed a super ray from somebody, and it's because I didn't have my glasses on. I have to, when I do call outs, I have to put my glasses on.
Yeah.
And I look around and I'm like, I have two pairs. I don't even know.
I gotta go get an eye test because
mine are old.
That might be what's contributing to my frail health these days.
It very well can be, yes.
So I've got a little bit.
So I apologize, Ghost Star.
Yeah,
I know it, but Ghost Stop was funny actually.
When we miss something, we really apologize.
No, we fret about it.
Yeah.
Like the whole day after
like
the
a
show,
bomb.
I was like, I feel so bad. I can't believe I missed that super. I can't believe I called out the wrong name. Like,
Tim Osman is it lagging? Is it still lagging, Tim, over on the film? Over on the film. It might be laggy. I don't know. I'm good. I'm at 27% CPU, so it's good here. I think I can if it keeps lagging, let me know. I can, and if Shanda, if she bails at 8, it's because of her internet. It's
a conspiracy. Every day at 8 o'clock it happens.
It is, and don't forget we have B&B official Patreon. We have Junior Boomer, Mid Boomer, and a Big Boomer, and we really do appreciate that from everybody. And we've got our other Patreons running along the bottom. Snorky, you see Snorky in here tonight? Hi, Snorky.
Hey, shout out to Snork. Hope you're feeling better, buddy.
Feeling better, Snorky.
Get some rest this weekend.
Yes, get some rest. We have a very large deck tonight.
It's stuffed. It is a fat deck. Yes, it's very fat.
It's bigger than a Togo's hoagie, and if you know what Togo's, was and is. I don't know if Togo's is even
I don't
around.
know what Togo's is.
That
I
was
must be too young for that.
College sandwich shop that
Okay.
that made Subway just cry because it was so
Oh,
good. So.
I hate Subway. Yeah, I wish
Yeah.
we had good homemade hoagies.
Yeah, well, I used to do that too. So anyway, Trish, I got this from Trish Ultra Gloss. Humans really could have had a beautiful little existence on Earth, just creating art and eating fruit. Instead, we have credit scores and taxes. I kind of like that. That was
I agree.
pretty right on. We should, it's the little things that we should be focusing on. Now, you brought a disaster report here. What is going on?
Well, it's that time of year. We got to start talking about hurricanes. Actually, I'm surprised it's this late in the season and it's just now starting to a point where they're becoming, dangerous. So Fiona hit Nova Scotia this morning. So this is a little clip of that. And then Ian is projected to hit the Gulf, and then they're thinking Florida, but it could change course and head for any of those Gulf, states, Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, whatever. So I'm keeping an eye on that because I'm old. I like to talk about the weather, but look at the damage it's done in Nova Scotia just so far. This was this morning.
Oh my God, I got a bad feeling about it this
Snork's
year.
here. Hey, Snork.
Snorky! Can you hear that? I can't hear anything.
Well, there's nothing to hear anyways.
Okay, looks
But
horrible.
just look at the video. It's just horrible.
That's Nova Scotia, huh?
That's Nova Scotia. And they're going to be hit for like the next 24 hours. We won't know till tomorrow how bad it hit them.
That sucks. That between volcanoes and earthquakes and bears, oh my, that's going to be
Oh my, yeah.
pretty fucking shitty.
Well, we'll get there because today the world was supposed to end. And so we're going to talk about that. This is pretty much what the show is.
Down in and around Halifax, but this is a massive tree that got ripped down from the roots here. This is the corner of Cogswell and Roby, so that's going to be causing some traffic delays until that gets cleared up. I'm sure city crew will have to come and actually chop up this tree because it's a large one, and that really gives you a sense of the force of the winds here to take such a large one down. But you can see it is in its full foliage, so that acts as a sign right there. So very, very difficult navigating the city streets here in Halifax.
Halifax.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Becca C, thank
Aw,
you,
Becca
Becca
C.
C.
Thank
you. We really appreciate that so much.
We
and
do.
Snorky says new CPU coming with 16 cores. I got to tell you something, Snorky. Sister Chanda has a 16-core processor now in her machine, which is Mercy, but it does not have 7.5 gigahertz. So that is definitely a new one. But yeah, you've got 16 cores in that thing.
I've got the power.
Got the power.
Yeah,
You know,
Snork says I need to get on Starlink internet. Why did I just beam Elon right into my house?
Oh my gosh, I got to tell you,
But you know what? My partner says the same thing, Snark. He wants Starlink too, because there's just no alternative in this rural area where we live.
You got to have a direct T1 anymore. Jimmy said he's going to get it, but I don't believe it.
It's thousands to have a direct T1 brought to your freaking house. It's actually 2 blocks over at the elementary school, but yeah,
Well, sneak outside with some speaker wire and see if you can run it over there.
I'll just grab it.
Just grab it. Just grab it and hot drop it. You know,
my dad used to do that shit all the time.
Yeah, I know. They used to climb telephone poles and steal power. I wouldn't do that either.
My dad, the water company, he stole water from Salt Lake City so often that they came out and dug the fucking line up and took the pipes out to his house and said, now try to steal from him.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a problem these days. They don't have any water over there. By the way, I used NyQuil sauce in my beef that I made tonight, and it didn't settle well with Joey. I think we're both kind of bloated, but go ahead and read on these.
Yeah, so these are just a couple of quick headlines that I didn't bother bringing the rest of the story for because I'm sure you're seeing them everywhere, but Volvo's Big Brother tech is coming. Its next car will be the first to use cameras and sensors to detect if a driver is falling asleep or using their phone. I wonder if it can detect if you're drunk too. IKEA is experimenting with mealworm meatballs. Would you eat a mealworm meatball. So careful buying those processed meatballs. And this is my favorite. The FDA warns against potential deadly NyQuil chicken challenge on TikTok. And yeah, don't cook NyQuil in chicken. Don't. It makes it stronger. And that NyQuil can kill you. Some of the worst experiences I've had have been on fucking NyQuil. One time I thought I was dead. I accepted that I was dying. And it was because of NyQuil. I was like, okay, I'm going to die now.
When we were in college, we were hurting so bad for something to get high. We used to get NyQuil.
Right. It was about college years,
We take shots of NyQuil. Not so smart.
Yeah.
You know, I love this right here. You brought this.
Warren, cook them in Tide Pods instead. Yeah,
Tide Pods. Thank you, Warren. Let's do that.
Good advice.
Yeah, gee whiz. When are you going to invite us on the Secret Show, Warren? We don't do guests too often here, but we're happy to go on somebody else's show. Oh, the hypocrisy of it. But Secret Show would be nice. You brought this up here, smoking at the pump. That's a lot.
You thought smoking at the pump was risky. Shit. Yeah. That's water and electricity, no problem.
Not a plan. Not a plan I'd like to do. And you've got, see my Crocs there. I see you've got a picture of them.
Yeah. We're not going to make it, are we? People, I mean. No, we're not.
Those are Mad Max Crocs, I'm sure. And yeah.
Road Warrior.
Yeah. Did you see that kid? What was that kid from Riverdale? He killed his mom. He shot her in the back of the head and he got like life in prison or something.
No, I didn't follow that story.
Oh Jesus!
Sounds like a real gem.
Yeah, he's a product of society today. In honor of September 24th, which they're trying to walk it back now because it didn't happen. I wonder what Nostradamus would think if people try to walk back all their shit, their predictions and stuff, because he never did.
Right.
TikTok.
He has some.
Yeah, TikTok spreads theory. Solar flare will destroy Earth on September 24th. Well, it's not over yet, at least not here in the Pacific Northwest, and people are convinced the world is going to end on September 24th. Why is that, Chanda?
Do you know what that is? I brought a report, and it's a couple of slides down of what those are. So I'm going to explain what those big stars are. That is the same star. And yeah, it emits, what are they called? CMEs, cardinal mass ejections. So yeah, we'll talk about that as we get further down, because this is our doomsday section. So we're just going to go for it.
What the hell is a cardinal mass? Did you say erection?
Ejection. That's when the sun or a star burps out some gases, and it creates a solar flare that comes at us.
Makes sense to me. What happens when it farts out gases? Is it a bigger one?
Yeah, farts, burps. Yeah. But you know where this all started? This whole crap of today being the end of the world. It was the German, I want to say German, he wasn't the German chancellor, but he was some German oligarch bigwig that said that we'll never forget where we were on September 21st. So there's been some clarity about what he meant by that. So I brought this. Carl Vernon's been killing it. Oh my gosh, he's doing a great job. If you haven't checked out his channel, he's a comedian, he's a writer. We've been bringing his stuff for years now, and yeah, go ahead and play it. It kind of explains it.
Okay, Eric the Red is in the house.
Hey, Eric, so is Jimmy. Welcome, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy. We have got a great Sabby Sabs clip tonight, so you're going to want to stick around for that. She killed it with this clip tonight.
She always kills it.
I'm kind of partial to the subject matter. Here we go. Let's listen to this so we can move along.
If we get through this talk of the doomsday, being tomorrow, in fact. And what is it that kicked it all off? It was this speech from a German MP.
Kolleginnen und Kollegen.
Dear colleagues, this 24th of September 2022 will be a day that remains in our memories. As a day we will say, I remember exactly where I was.
Many scary things, though, are being said on TikTok about September 24th, which has become the latest viral doomsday date online. The latest is this viral video on TikTok right here, claiming that there will be a global blackout on September 24th. And at the root of this conspiracy theories is this speech right here made by Friedrich Merz, party leader of the CDU in Germany. What he says in this clip right here is this 24th September will remain in our memories in the future. We'll say, I remember where I was on that day. So this user, for example, believes that on that day there will be a global blackout on September 24th. In this video with over 1 million views, where he makes a reference to this speech by Mr. Friedrich Merz. We wanted to get to the bottom of this, so we contacted the German CDU spokesperson to find out what Friedrich Merz really meant by citing this date, September 24th. The spokesperson explains that Mr. Merz meant February 24th, which is the beginning of the Russian attack on Ukraine, and mistakenly said September 24th, so it was an unintentional error.
So there you go, guys. Teeny tiny error, sorry.
Teeny tiny. Yeah, man. Yeah, we do. Well, we got like 3 hours left. I think that. Yeah, I think Eric said the same thing. Maybe we're all dead now and we haven't noticed yet. Well, the way things are going, but in honor, oh God, I sound like Biden now. Oh my God.
I'm muted. Oh my God. That was funny too, man. I just laid a hell of a good funny one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It happens.
Well, they heard
Muting
me.
happens.
They heard me sniff like Joe. So anyway, in honor of this prediction that I believe actually happened in one of the alternate realities of Earth, I made a little video, Chanda, and
I like it.
We're trying to get more on the entertaining side of the news because, like I said before, we both agree, our sisters and brothers are killing it out there, and we could never keep up with them on what the great work they're doing. But we do want to take a little pressure off you guys on Saturday night, having a little fun, even if it's morbid. So, who should we dedicate this to? We should dedicate this to somebody. You want to dedicate this to Bill Gates, maybe?
Oh, I was going to say that German MP that decided today was the end of the world.
Fair enough. Here you go.
Fair enough.
German MP, this is for you. just trying to cheer you guys up.
It cheers me up. Osama number 5 says, "Is this a jihad jive?"
Yeah, you know what? It's. I had to put something with the song, and I thought that would be the thing. That was a great cover she did, I thought. And,
No, that was great.
Yeah, it really was. So if you bear with us, we try and bring different entertainment. And by the way, yes, Warren, I stole the Halloweeners from one of your Twitter posts, and that's licorice flavored sausages by Oscar Mayer. Is that a real thing? That's not good for your heart, by the way, in either form. And this quote I found today: "The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off," and that's by Gloria Steinem. So anyway,
I'm not a big Gloria Steinem fan. She's a CIA spook.
Sure, but that's a good quote because she's people are right sometimes. It will piss you off.
Oh yeah,
The
CIA
truth,
knows the truth.
yeah, they will piss you off. So she has firsthand knowledge of it. So you got NASA's worried here. What's going on with this?
Okay, so everything that we just showed, the stars that you brought and what was in blowing up, it's all related because NASA is worried about a star that's about to go supernova. So I got a 2-part clip on it, and you go ahead and play the first one.
All right, let's play away. Is it really going to blow up?
One of the most eagerly anticipated astronomical events is the supernova of Betelgeuse. In the well-known shoulder of Orion, Betelgeuse is a red supergiant star that is nearing the end of its life. Betelgeuse is one of the night sky's brightest stars, but it mysteriously began to wane in the latter part of 2019. One might even see the dimming with unaided eyes because it was so obvious. For several months, the star's brightness diminished and observers questioned whether Betelgeuse had reached the end of its life. After a few months, though, the red giant star's brilliance returned to normal. Astronomers were astounded to discover the cause of the great dimming when they focused some of the most potent telescopes on it. This star is on the verge of exploding as it approaches the conclusion of its existence. When and why is a supernova predicted to occur? And will this situation be disastrous for Earth? Let's find out. The brilliant ruby-red glittering star known as Betelgeuse is located in the upper right shoulder of the winter constellation Orion, the Hunter. It is also known as Alpha Orionis, the second brightest star in the constellation after the blue supergiant Rigel. Betelgeuse is an intriguing object for star studies and observations due to its variable nature, as well as its odd name. Frequently, stars with the name Alpha are the brightest in their constellations, even though Rigel, Orion's other bright star, is brighter. Betelgeuse is Alpha Orionis. Due to its name, brightness, size, and reddish hue, it is also one of the most well-known stars. Betelgeuse is the 7th brightest star that can be seen from most of North America, Europe, and Canada, and it is the 10th brightest star overall in the sky. The armpit of the giant is a common translation for the Arabic phrase that served as the basis for the name Betelgeuse. Naturally, the giant refers to Orion, although other scholars think that Betelgeuse, rather than an armpit, depicts a hand or maybe a shoulder. Although Betelgeuse is depicted as Orion's right shoulder on many old star charts, its precise significance is unknown. Given that Orion is most usually connected with a giant, a warrior, a hunter, a god, or some other anthropomorphic or animal figure in ancient mythology, it is scarcely surprising that most portrayals of Betelgeuse have an anatomical association. Surprisingly, astronomers are unable to pinpoint Betelgeuse's exact distance from Earth, although they believe it to be between 430 and 724 light-years away. Betelgeuse is the brightest red supergiant star and is closest to Earth. In our galaxy, just 200 red supergiant stars have been identified. Betelgeuse is 16.5 times as massive as the Sun. The supergiant has 126,000 solar luminosities and is visible from 548 light-years away. This star has a surface temperature of 3,600 Kelvin, making it cooler than the Sun.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, this clip is really cool, and it's because it's so in depth. I had to bring another cut to really talk about what NASA is worried about. So it said in 2019 it dimmed, and it was a noticeable dim. I mean, they studied it, they couldn't figure out, and then it just came back. Like, okay, powered back up. But apparently, supernovas do that. Yeah. They will go dim, and then they'll get bright again. And so I brought a second part of this, and I don't think anybody will know. If the thing decides to go supernova, it goes supernova, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking it takes a long time for that amount of light to travel, so it might have already gone supernova, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Snarky, check me on that. Here we go.
Having a ruddiness. Yet 3 centuries earlier, Chinese astronomers had characterized the star as having a yellow appearance, possibly implying that Betelgeuse was formerly a yellow supergiant. Larger stars frequently burn through their hydrogen faster and die off sooner. Despite being only roughly 10 million years old, Betelgeuse is certainly nearing the end of its lifespan. Our Sun, on the other hand, is still in its prime at approximately 5 billion years old.
That's good to know.
Furthermore, because Betelgeuse is nearing the end of its life, a supernova may occur soon. However, it's hotly contested when Betelgeuse's supernova occurred. Betelgeuse undergoes 2 dimming and brightening cycles, the second of which occurs approximately every 5 years and lasts approximately 100 days. The star's outer shell is thought to expand and contract during this cycle, changing the star's circumference and the average temperature in accordance with each step of the cycle. The inconsistent dimming of Betelgeuse in 2019 and 2020, followed by a brief restoration to its usual brightness, drew a lot of attention. According to astronomers, it might indicate that the star is about to die.
Well, that's interesting.
Isn't that interesting? Well, we're always talking about Betelgeuse, and I really didn't. I have the star map. I always play with the star map with Hunter, my granddaughter.
Cool.
So we're always trying to identify stars, when we're out there. And I never really gave it much thought. I did know it was one of the bright red stars, but like Snarky says, it could have been millions of years ago.
Yeah, could have. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad you put it with the bed and breakfast puppy. Everybody likes puppies, I think.
He's so cute.
Yeah, we got to have that. Cheer people up. JB Font's always.
Yeah, let's cheer people up with some more death.
Yeah, more death.
Death.
Tell me this isn't death. Is this death?
This is weird. These whales have been beaching themselves every year on the calendar. They don't know why.
Maybe they know something we don't.
Right? Or maybe it's the military. I don't know.
Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
They are really sad scenes we're seeing, but it's all too familiar. A similar incident happened the day before. What's going on?
We don't know. We simply do not know. So whale strandings are a mystery, because if we knew why and when they would happen, we'd try and prevent them, but we just don't. Yeah, and the fact that this stranding yesterday occurred the same day as a previous stranding 2 years ago involving the same species is interesting. But also the fact that there was 14 sperm whales in a similar location stranded a day before that. What's going on?
A frightening quake has shaken Mexico on a day viewed by some as cursed. The nation's residents had paused to remember the victims of 2 deadly tremors when hours later, another one struck.
Dr. Jones, we mentioned this before, your reaction. September 19th is a day that's had 2 earthquakes, and an hour before this quake, they'd had a nationwide earthquake drill. That is such an odd coincidence.
It is an odd coincidence.
A ceremony had just been held to mark the anniversary of 2 other major quakes. 5 years ago, more than 350 people died, and in 1985, the devastation in Mexico was widespread.
And of course, on September 19th, 1985, an earthquake in Mexico killed 5,000.
Since 1985, it's happened now 3 times in this one day. It is just an unusual coincidence.
Lunchtime in Mexico and the earth is jolted. High above the ground, they had nowhere to go.
Oh my God, look at the other buildings. They're all swaying.
Religious mass wasn't spared as panic and confusion spread on the streets.
Oh my God.
god, everything's really flying around.
From hotel rooms in Puerto Vallarta.
The 7.6 magnitude quake
that's a
centered
biggie.
on the Pacific coast.
Yeah, that was 2 days ago, or no, the 19th.
Yeah.
Um,
Oof.
How odd is it that it's happening on the same day? Like there's a cycle there. I mean, even with the whales, it was on the same day. There's like these. It's a cycle.
Yeah.
It's got to be, right?
Sister Amber went over that last night, where one earthquake at the end of a tectonic plate
Puts pressure on the other. That's the
Yeah.
way subduction zones work.
Yeah, that's really, really weird. What's this? You got another one here?
So no, this is from the earthquake. But okay, so the earthquake was in Mexico, and of course it was felt all through California. And this is Death Valley. Now, this is Devil's Hole, and Devil's Hole has a very special, unique fish called the pup fish, because they kind of act like puppies. They're just happy little fish, and they're landlocked. And what's left of what used to be seas that were in Death Valley, and so they're protected. And I mean, I've always followed the pup fish just because I think they're cute. But this is them rocking and rolling the other day to that earthquake.
Oh my God. Sound of water. I don't hear anything.
Yeah, I don't hear any, but it gets worse. It'll start super sloshing.
So they had a webcam in there that was watching it while the earthquake was going on.
Oh, that place is so watched. I mean, there is rangers out there all day long monitoring the fish, and the public's not allowed to mess with those fish.
So this is a hole, so you shouldn't get these waves unless the whole ground was tumbling.
This is the steady hole in the middle of the frickin' desert.
Holy smokes.
In Death Valley, the lowest point on Earth.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, check out Devil's Hole. There's some cool stuff about it.
This kind of makes me think about how fragile our ecosystem is.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Just how fucked we are if Mother Nature decides to come for us.
Anthony says he's scared. Don't worry, Anthony.
It's okay, Anthony.
We'll all go out.
It will get better.
Yeah,
We're almost through the death, murder, mayhem.
Yeah, we'll go out together. Don't worry, Anthony. We'll be in good company. Wow.
Well, did you see the pools? You know how they put those infinity pools up on the high rises?
Yeah.
In Mexico, there was a bunch of people under one, and it was just dumping water from side to side out of the hotel.
Well, when they
crazy.
had that big earthquake in California back in the 90s, my swimming pool, I lost half the water out of it.
Yeah,
Just
right.
Threw it out, yeah.
Threw it out, yeah.
So, yeah.
Lucky it didn't crack it.
Yeah, and it didn't crack, thank God, but I ended up losing.
You can kill it. You can kill it.
Okay, I'll kill it. Well, you got another one here, right? What is
Well,
it?
I couldn't bring Devil's Hole without talking about the pup fish. So I brought a little clip to explain what the pup fish are and who they are and that they're protected.
All right, information, entertainment.
They're
love
cute.
it.
They're cute.
I love it, Chanda. Here we go.
You might expect a place like Death Valley to be waterless, or perhaps even lifeless. It's the hottest place on Earth. Temperatures here can
Especially
soar
this year.
upwards of 130 degrees. But water is here, and life thrives in it. These are pupfish, Death Valley's largest aquatic vertebrates, and the best place to see them is right here in the balmy waters of Salt Creek.
They're a little disappointingly small. I was expecting bigger.
Well, for the desert and a stream in the desert, they're huge.
Kevin Wilson is an aquatic ecologist with the National Park Service, a profession you may also not expect to be out here in the desert, but he says he's actually pretty busy.
It's amazing. There's over 800 springs in Death Valley itself.
Measuring in at a whopping 1 to 2 inches, the pupfish is not something you'll see at your local fish market, but what they lack in size, they make up for in hardcore resilience.
These fish can live in extreme environments. They live actually in water that can be saltier than the ocean.
Not impressed? Well, wait till you hear how hot the water gets.
They can actually survive, say, in water that's 60 degrees, up to water that's up to 110.
To put it simply, pupfish basically live in hell's hot tub. Actually, they live in several hellish hot tubs all over Death Valley, and they've taken on different genetic traits depending on their location. For example, The endangered Devil's Hole pupfish are blue, and they live in a 500-foot hot water aquifer.
So that canyon you just saw, they're the blue ones.
Are yellow, and oftentimes they live in just a few inches of water.
Why would anything want to even live out here, let alone fish?
Well, that choice wasn't really theirs.
As I said before, pupfish are resilient little guys. You see, thousands of years ago, Death Valley had several fish-filled lakes in it, but pupfish were the only ones to survive after eons of environmental change reduced the water to just a few salty springs.
So they're adapting.
Where is all this salt coming from?
Well, it comes from
they're the only
just
ones that
basic
adapted of
minerals
all
in
the
water.
fish that were
If you
in
tasted
those
this, you really
landlocked
wouldn't
salt
wanna drink
lakes.
it 'cause you can taste
Wonder
a
how
little bit in
humans
your
will
mouth.
adapt when the temperature gets up to 130 on the average.
Yeah, it's a little salty.
We have
The
in the
sun
past.
is a constant threat, and for
Yeah,
Salt
I don't
Creek
think I wanna
pupfish,
deal.
this is the end of the road. All water dries up here at Badwater Basin, the lowest point in North America.
If you didn't know better, it looked like it was snow out there, but it's actually salt.
Pupfish survive in fragile ecosystems, eating small bugs and algae. Despite their miserable living conditions,
We're going to
they're
be
actually
eating small
happy
bugs
fish,
and algae
and
pretty soon.
scientists name them accordingly.
They observed their behavior and they kind of acted like puppies. So that stuck. They're called pupfish.
That's cool. Thank you, Chanda. I always learn something.
I thought that was kind of cool. I couldn't tell you about Devil's Hole without telling you about the pupfish.
Yeah, that's way cool. What'd you bring? Is that Mas Tequila Man, or who is that?
Yo, you know it. Sammy Hagar, right?
Yeah.
Who you're stranded on an island with the last band you've seen live. Who is it?
Oh shit.
Come on, chat. Who's on the island with you?
Who's on the island? The last band I saw live. God, I got this one. What the hell? It was Diana Krall and Chris Body.
Very good.
Yeah, that's that. I wouldn't mind Diana Krall and Chris Body.
You wouldn't
That's
mind.
great music. That's if you've never seen
Rush.
Diana
Nice.
Diana Krall and Chris Body. He's
Hang
wicked
out
on
with Neil Peart.
that trumpet, and Diana Krall's wicked on that keyboard. So
I don't know if I want to be stranded on an island with somebody with a trumpet, but still.
I don't know. It can be
Good personality.
Yeah,
makes up for the trumpet, I guess.
Speaking of Mas Tequila, we had Senor Pasta today. Landed in Brazil with all the glory. So let's hear his message here. He's on the ground safe, and I don't know, was the flight that scary that he had to buy a bottle out of the gate or what?
I think he's just a little jet lagged,
Little jet lag. Okay, let's hear what Pasta has to say.
We're here, everybody. We made it. Well, at least I made it. Pasta Jardula Combo Couch, San Paulo, Brazil. I can't thank you guys enough for putting our boots on the ground and doing this. We're riding this pink wave of love. But regardless, you know us, we're election scrutinizer, so all we care about is making sure these elections are straight. And we're going to be doing everything out there. We're going to be getting on the ground, talking to Lulu's people, talking to Bolsonaro's people, talking to doctors, looking to buy ivermectin, the whole 9 yards, because you did it for us. And I'm as excited as can be, drinking some Brazilian cachaça. You can see it. I say it wrong all the time, but I'm keeping with the traditions. But the thing that's got me really, really giddy and excited is that pretty soon, walking through those doors, fam will be here. It'll be the first time in 4 months since we've been able to work together. The Combo Couch back in action. Man, I'm so excited. And we're going to do it here. Thank you so much for your help. Brazil, Sao Paulo, all around. Election, Combo out. See you soon.
Yeah, he said the I word. That's okay. He can say the I word. I think it's becoming more and more able to say that. And if you can help them get back, they had one-way tickets, so they're stuck there until
They did. They're stuck there.
No, but
Been there, done that.
Yeah, help them out. Go over there, give some.
Yeah,
this is from the other day, but yeah, go over there, help them out if you can. Our sister and brother, Fee and Pasta. Glad that they're on the ground safe. Anybody know if Fee got there yet? I don't know. Anybody?
No, Fee's not there
I
yet.
wanted to
He's
point out this
tomorrow.
awesome press pass that our producer.
I got one.
I'll hold it up. Wait a second. Linda, our executive producer, made that press pass, and she made this press pass. Turn it around. Show everybody.
Mine's pink. I like it.
It's got the.
It's got my codes on it to my link tree, and very nice.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. You did
I
such
love
a
it.
nice job on that. And then we have a big event coming up, and you can speak to this, right?
Oh, yeah. Hey, you want to help us get to DC? Amber and I, Roar Media, are going into DC to support the Hands Off Julian Assange. And you guys have been so amazing. Thank you so much for all of your help and support to get us there and get us moving. And we appreciate you more than.
And it must be close to 8 o'clock because Shanda's going to have to jump out and jump back in. Yeah, please, if you can, support Combo Couch. Get them to and back from Brazil. And the Hands Off Assange is going to be October 8th. And we're looking forward to that. If you can help out there, just hit that QR code. And thank you so much. Or we're going to have to go to Give, Send, Go pretty soon, too, because GoFundMe and PayPal's another one that's kind of an issue. Sister Shandy, you want to see what she looks like when she's frozen? Okay, I think she's unfrozen now. Are you back? Or are you still frozen? She's still frozen. She's glaring at the internet service right there, guys. So anyway, I'm going to move to the next story I got here. This one, I don't know if you guys, what you're going to call it, and Shanda, if you can hear me. Russian troops raped and tortured children in Ukraine, UN panel says. I'm calling bullshit on this. Number one, because it's coming from MSNBS. And number two, why would Russian troops rape and torture children in the Ukraine? They have children at home. So I think this is just horse shit all the way around. And where's the receipts, you assholes? And with that, I'd like to bring some receipts of my own just to make my point. Now, MSNBS is owned and sponsored by Comcast Universal, named top military-friendly company of the big media companies out there. Now, it makes sense to me. Not only are they media-friendly when it comes to supporting our troops, hopefully, but they're media-friendly. Are you back, Chanda? I think she's trying to get back. They are friendly to the military-industrial complex because that's what pays their bills and keeps them in business. Who funds NBC Universal? NBC Universal is owned by General Electric. They don't have anything to do with weapons. And Vivendi, which is a French company that, they're kind of our allies in the grand scheme of things. When I say scheme, I really mean scheme. But what really sticks out here is how much money does MSNBC or NBC Universal make? Comcast, in its second quarter financial report Thursday, this is pretty new, NBCU earnings before interest, taxes, and depreciation and amortization, EBITDA, that rose 19.5% to $1.86 billion on revenue of $9.45 billion. That's 18.7% up. So let's just call it a flat $10 billion. And so who are you gonna support? You're gonna support your sponsors because they are making all the money in the world, and that's why our mass media gets bought off. And just like our Congress are bought off by the military-industrial complex. And if everybody remembers what the definition of fascism is, it's when the state aligns itself with corporate powers, roughly. And I will stand corrected if somebody would like to put the exact quote in there, what fascism is. We have a completely fascist state in this country. Now, I don't want to upset just MSNBS or.
Am I not back? Am I back?
You are back now.
Okay.
Let me get you back in here. I've been talking about how corrupt Comcast, Universal Comcast is, Universal Studios. Are you still with me, Chanda?
Comcast, yeah, they suck.
Yeah, they suck. So let's get you back in here. You beat 8 o'clock tonight. You're before.
Well, it's always between 7:50 and 8:10 that it does it, and it does it between like 3:50 and 4:10 for some reason. I don't know what it is.
I think they they saw what was in the deck because I was reporting on their ass, and that's what did it. So,
but it's always my upload. My upload just tanks. I'm still in the room. I still hear you. I still see you, but I'm frozen on the screen because there's no upload coming in. So
we'll have to get you,
I don't know.
We'll have to call
something to do with the upload.
Call Muskie and get you Starlink.
Yeah, come on, Elon.
A companion to this story is another one. This is UPI News. I haven't figured out the acronym, but I'm sure it's Stenchy. Vaccine-resistant coronavirus, similar to COVID-19, found in Russian bats. Isn't that convenient?
How convenient.
Isn't that convenient? So now they're going after the Russian bats. It's either the tennis players or the so-called rapists of children, rapists or torturers, but now it's their damn bats. When's it going to be the Russian dogs or the cats and everything else? It's all about messaging and propagandizing.
Yeah, it is.
And everything else. So once again,
fear and hate, fear and hate.
This is TDS, except it's RDS, Russian Derangement Syndrome.
Yep.
So, whatever. All politicians are liars and criminals, but it's just out of control and ridiculous. Now, I brought this J.P. Sears. He did an interview with President Biden the other day, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much.
I haven't seen this. I'm excited.
Enjoy.
Mr. President, may I ask you about inflation? It's weird that you're not even blinking. Blink once if I can ask you about inflation. Strong communicator. I like that. Okay, inflation is at a 40-year high.
Pretty good shape, huh?
No, actually, inflation is like golf. A high score is bad. As a result, many Americans are struggling to put food on the table for their families. They're scared. Inflation is at 8.3%.
Well, first of all, let's put this in perspective. Inflation rate month to month was just an inch.
Inflation is measured in percentage points, not inches. Inches are used more for measuring distance. Do you think it's good news that you're not even aware how inflation is measured?
No, I'm not saying it's good news, but it was 8.2 or 8.2 before.
Those are the same number.
We're in a position where for the last several months it hasn't spiked. It is just barely, it's been basically even.
I like how now you're using your hands to measure inflation. It seems more exact, and I think it adds more credibility to your answer. Now, because it's a major concern for many Americans, I'd like to ask you, is the border secure?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But for the record, blink once if we're still not allowed to be honest about that. Got it. Now, in our country, some dangerous extremists have said you lack the mental focus for the job of president. They've even used the term dementia. Now, we know their claims are nothing but misinformation based on racism because they're white and you're white. But just humoring them for a moment, if you were to do a bit of a role play, or an impression, if you will, of a man who does have dementia, and you were responding to their unsubstantiated claims of mental decline, how would that sound?
I have trouble even saying to myself my own head the number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly. I mean, it's just not, I haven't observed anything in terms of, there's not things I don't do now that I did before, whether it's physical or mental or anything else.
Well, that's pretty good. The incomplete sentences and how each one conveys no complete thought or information, yet each sentence tries to build on the previous incomplete sentence. I'd say it takes a lot of mental focus to put together an impression that good. At times.
Awaken with JP. Check him out. JP Sears. He's killing it. So I think Uncle Warren put up a Twitter the other day. We do our best, Uncle Warren too, everybody out here, to credit any content we bring to our show. And
always, yeah. That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point. So we can learn from each other. Who are you watching?
Yeah.
You know, for so long, people would always ask me, "Who do you watch? Who do you follow?" Well, it's hard to like spew off a list of people. So I love what we do because we can introduce people to other content creators and other indie media.
We miss them rarely. We miss them. It's certainly not. We don't do it on purpose. So Uncle Warren, that was a great reminder you put out there. credit these people who are doing the content that you are
Always.
using in your show, and it's pretty obvious with some. Jimmy Dore.
Well, we know who doesn't. It's the wannabe corporate shitheads like TYT, right?
Yeah, and it's the posers coming up in the ranks who are using other people's material.
Well, those two, the climbers,
The climbers, and you know,
we know who a few of those, right?
I feel bad for them because it's not the same as far as looking up information in an information pool, but when you don't credit the likes of Whitney Webb or Vanessa Beeley, then I get a little pissed because it's like plagiarism, I guess. And if we're ever doing that, let us know. Speaking of plagiarism, if you do, Oscar Mayer has new soda out there. Original bologna, olive loaf, and ham. I don't think this is real. I don't think so. But what I do believe is real is when your parents took you to Sears for pictures in the 80s. That, I think, is real.
I pose as a young Marlboro man.
There's something to aspire to, is smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. I mean, Jesus. What is the world coming to? You brought Captain Obvious. What the hell is this?
Yeah, Captain Obvious.
Okay, Captain Obvious. What's he got to say here?
Captain Obvious. People are seeing their wage increases, their wage increases eaten up by inflation. Captain Obvious. So if your family is one where you spend most of your paycheck, every paycheck cycle, on gas, food, transportation, clothing, basics of life, and prices go up the way they've been going up, you're in trouble right away. Captain Obvious. You don't have a cushion, and this is very painful for people at the lower end of the income and wealth spectrum. So that's what we're hearing from people is, it very much that inflation is really hurting. Captain Obvious.
He sounds just like Ro Khanna.
right. Captain Obvious.
Obvious.
Yeah, it's obvious. If you're paying more, you have less, right?
Yeah, Ro Khanna has just been in rare form this week with his bullshit. So he turned into the biggest shit-lib ass kisser ever. And I always smelled him out. I knew him from day one that he was a rat. Everybody was getting behind him in the Bernie movement. I was just like, no, I don't trust this guy. He's just saying what he needs to fucking say. Yeah. No, Sabby's been putting a little pressure on him, to put it nicely, lately. So that's good. Speaking of really lame individuals, you brought this is Gavin Not So Newsom, right?
Well, this is a remember when flashback. So
shit,
yeah, he said this.
Oh, cool. Remember when flashback. Let's check it out.
We believe fundamentally that food solves hunger, that shelters solve sleep, and that housing solves homelessness. And if we're going to solve the problem of those that are out on the streets that we define as homeless, we better solve the housing problem if we're going to have an impact. And that's why we established this framework, what we call a 10-year plan to end chronic homeless in San Francisco.
10-year plan.
That one didn't age quite so well.
10-year plan.
They all had a 10-year plan. All of them.
They all did. Yeah. Nancy.
No, the Democrats did. When I came into the Dems, we formed a committee to start looking into, the houseless. And they were like, oh, well, we have a 10-year plan. And then we went to the local shelter and they were like, yeah, we have a 10-year plan. And they got funded millions. Yeah. And we were trying to find out where that money was going. And sorry, you can't audit us because we're in the middle of a 10-year plan. Well, right at the end of the 10-year plan, the director of our shelter, freaking embezzled a shit ton of money and took off.
Yeah, it's all criminal.
It's all criminal. Yeah.
Goddamn campaign promises these assholes make just to get in office, and then they do nothing.
Exactly.
Squad much. Anyway, you brought this 60. I love this 63 Earths here.
Yeah, 63 Earths can fit inside your anus. One day I'll be mature enough to read this without laughing.
I will never be mature enough to read this.
I won't either.
What's that one up there?
Let's see. The end is near. This will never end. Your optimism disgusts me.
Yeah, these are great.
This will never end.
No, it's not going to end. It's the great reset that they're doing.
Right.
Comrade Misty Putin responded to Joe Biden's statement, dark money erodes public trust. We need to protect public trust, and I'm determined to do that. Republicans should join the Democrats to pass the Disclosure Act and get to my desk right away. And Comrade Misty, in her usual wonderful form, says the Democratic Party literally just voted against a ban on dark money. Shut the fuck up, hypocrite. And Stephen Sheehan goes, here's the truth about Biden. There's no day when he doesn't tell at least one fragrant lie.
One.
You know, they and here's the hypocrisy of the whole thing. They kept track of George Bush's lies, and by the time he left office, it was like 10,000. I think.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I think Joe Biden's on track to double that number.
Well, you're probably better off to track the truths that he tells. I mean, because you get up in the numbers too high to count if you do it with lies.
You all you need is a crayon, and you'll never use the whole thing. So, what you brought House Drinker?
Yes, Misty rocks. Going to DC. I'm so excited to get to hang out with Misty again.
Me too. You got the House Drinker here. What's she talking about?
House Drinker. Oh, come on. What is she always talking about?
Okay.
And we saved the planet. We're saving the planet with record $360 billion to save the planet, and generating jobs and cleaner air and cleaner water and jobs and security for our country.
Oh, Jesus.
And we saved the planet with record $360 billion.
It's a little solar,
Yeah, she's a little.
We saved the planet.
Belly up to the bar there, Nance.
Belly up. Well, I brought what she actually wanted to say from United Spot.
Oh, well, I'm sure they nailed it.
Of course.
Hello, peasants. Sorry I'm late.
Hello,
I've
peasants.
been extremely busy, saving lives, saving the planet, and most importantly, I've been saving the children. Now, if you'll excuse me,
we feed
I
them.
gotta get a drink. Yuck! What the hell is this?
It's water!
It's supposed to be vodka!
I'm sorry, House Drinker.
You're fired! What? Next question.
House Drinker, what's it like to save lives?
Well, it's pretty easy with $350 billion.
Did you say $350 billion?
Yeah? Did I stutter?
It seems like an awful lot of money.
It's government funding.
You mean it's the taxpayers' money?
Whatever. It's mine now.
Hey, House Drinker, how's Joe Biden doing?
Oh, he's doing a great job. He's created like a billion jobs. Sure, Santa. He ended the pandemic. He stopped the war in Afghanistan. He's helping Ukraine with America's money, and he's bringing the world together.
He is?
Yeah, he is. Not like Trump. Trump wants to build a wall and separate people. Not Joe. No, Joe wants to give everyone from every country the right to vote.
Hey, House Drinker, how was London?
It was good. Only took me 10 SUVs, 16 security guards, and 2 private jets with the AC set to 69 there and back. Which is good because I usually use 12 SUVs and 6 jets. But I'm doing my part to save the planet.
Hey, when's your husband going to jail?
What was that?
I said, when's your husband?
I heard what you said, smartass, and it's none of your business, all right? Next question. You, over there. What do you got?
So how do you save the planet?
Well, it's simple, actually. We raise taxes. You give us more money. We take that money and put it in our pockets. That's how you save a planet.
House Drinker, Chuck Schumer says you're in trouble. Are you worried?
Chuck Schumer?
Yeah.
You mean Heidi Fleisch's customer?
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. I've been in politics a long time. Trust me, everybody's gonna vote for me. Good night, peasants.
Oh my God!
United Spot. Those guys, when they nail it good.
Yeah, they nail
that
it.
That was
good.
funny.
Aram, thank you for the Super Ray.
Aw,
Always
thank
so
you,
good.
Aram.
Thank you so much, Aram. We genuinely appreciate your support, and we appreciate everybody who's hanging out with us tonight. And
our fams on a Saturday night.
Our fams. Nope. I'm not falling for your scare tactics anymore. Your party doesn't care about anyone except its rich donors. The only thing I'm looking for on my ballot are independents, Greens, and real socialists, not fake DSA kind. The Democrats, which Ryan Knights responded to, Social Security, Medicare, reproductive rights are all on the ballot this November.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, shit. And we had fundraising the day after they clamped down, took Roe versus Wade off. So the Democrats, the Democrats think you are dumb, and you aren't, and just don't ever let them get you on that. Sometimes the most obvious is the least suspected, and with the Democrats, it's pretty easy to figure them out. Now we are at Sabrina Sabby Says time. I did update. Thank you, everybody that's gone over there and subscribed to Sabby Sabs. We really appreciate the support. Our sisters and brothers at Combo and Sabrina and Hardlands and everybody.
Sabby's going to be in DC. I'm super excited.
Yeah,
I get to fangirl out. And I will.
I hope Indie Media has somebody down there representing them too, because I can't shout Indie out enough. I mean,
I agree. Indie does a lot for Indie Media.
Indie Reef and Indie, they're always busting ass over there. But anyway, Sabrina nailed it here, and I want to parse this section. Nick Cruz went on to Rising and totally obliterated Robbie the Smurf Suave. And it's funny, look at Robbie's facial expressions here. I got more fun.
Robbie Suave.
Robbie Suave. I got more fun watching his facial expressions while Bree and Nick just beat the living hell out of him. Can we hear it?
I can't hear it. It's muted right there on the screen. There you go.
Socialist government that has been allowed to freely test the model without the economic war, I love how you put it there, Nick, against them that basically...
Listen to the savvy laugh.
Did you see the eye shift from Robbie? Watch one more time. I'm sorry to interrupt. But it's just kind of funny. Watch Robbie's face.
Without the economic war, I love how you put it there, Nick, against them that basically rigs the game from the start.
There's also never been a communist regime that doesn't imprison political dissenters, cause deliberate families, kill millions of people.
Are you saying that we don't? Are you saying that we don't?
I'm not. Are you saying that the communists don't? No, I've indicted all of our policy. This is why we can never have honest conversations. I will criticize everything that we do, everything the capitalist West governments do, and they say, "Oh, so you're not criticizing them?" I'm saying all the sanctions are bad.
Freaking little hypocrite.
I had to pause it there. Look at this. I had to pause it.
Good job,
Robbie's
Nick.
facial expression is too funny. Look at it. Nick is smiling. Bree is smiling.
You turn around and excuse political repression under thug-like communist regimes that have killed millions and starved millions. It's ridiculous.
But wait a minute, Robbie.
So does capitalism.
Nobody here, that we didn't bring up the political oppression because I think the observation that I think
because you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to concede that it's true.
I'm literally trying to. If you just let me get this sentence out here, Robbie. I think what Nick and I are pointing to is that political repression, all kinds of authoritarian abuses, those are things that exist around the world, regardless of political orientation. However, those things are only those things are only brought up. The overwhelming majority of countries in this world are capitalist, and most of the bad things that are happening in this world are happening under capitalism. However, capitalism is never blamed for the bad things that happen in a country. Everything that happens in a communist country, per Korean Jean-Pierre's statement, is attributed to communism. You're talking about per capita. America has the largest number of people incarcerated, living in cages, in jails, and anywhere else in the world. Not per capita, but period. Despite not being anywhere near the largest country in the world, we have more people in jails than China. And you can say and dispute Chinese numbers and what's true and what's false and blah, blah, blah. But nobody can dispute the fact that we have an unprecedented and enormous
He's not listening to a word she's saying.
So this is not to excuse anything anywhere. But the point still stands. If you think that communism and socialism are such a unmitigated disaster, why is it that they have not been allowed to go ahead and run their own countries into the ground without American political interference?
That right there is the golden question.
Exactly.
If people believe that communism, socialism is such a bad thing, if that's what the U.S. believes, then if that's the case, why aren't you letting those those countries explore that. And if their economic system fails, well, then it just fails. That's for their country. Let them do what they want to do with their economic system in their country. Why haven't they been given the opportunity to even allow it to fail? And then you think about the McCarthy era when there was a lot of fear around communism.
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent point, Sabby. Excellent point.
Yeah, that was I enjoyed the hell.
And Bree doesn't normally. That was a good one by Bree and Nick. Great job. Yeah.
No, Bree held up. She was on the right side of the issue on her.
What a shitload.
Yeah, Robbie. I don't know how he's a privileged little punk. That writes for Reason. I never heard of Reason magazine.
That's the only argument that he has, and that's the standard knee-jerk fucking argument for those that have got their noses crammed up the ass of capitalism.
Well, yeah, and it's the tactic. Nick asked him a couple of questions in there, and Robbie clapped back with questions instead of answering the goddamn question. Answer the question, you chicken. Jesus Christ, give me a break. Anyway, that was too much fun. Eric lit up the chat. Eric T. Red, you're exactly right, Eric. They're reinventing shit to do everything these days to make their agenda. I read across this on one of the networks. It's called Lifehacker. I don't know if they're any good or not. But there are 3 cognitive biases we all have and how to fight them. Now, I brought this because it reminded me of TDS, and this might be the core of what
that's
TDS
what it, it is.
As capable and in control as we may feel, the mind is able to trick us in many ways, and one of those ways is through cognitive bias. Cognitive bias is a systematic error in thinking that happens when the brain attempts to simplify the information it is processing and interpreting, which can then impact the decisions and judgments we make. And my point on this is that's what propaganda has done to us for decades. What the hell? I think I got these out of order. Yeah, I don't have them.
I have a... Next for me is reincarnation.
Oh, bummer. Well, anyway, we have those cognitive biases, and I didn't put the damn link in here, so I can't go back and read them. Hold on, I want to get this just so I can tell you what the 3 cognitive biases are. It's really important because TDS has infected some of my closest friends to the point where they can't even get their shit together. The 3 most common the 3 most common cognitive biases are that we are guilty, all guilty, and include the tendency of overestimating our abilities. I agree. I know where that is. That's in the deck. Here it is, right here. Let me get it in here. 3 most, that's it. Sorry, it got switched around. We are all guilty and include the tendency of overestimating our abilities. The instinct to fixate on the negatives. You agree with that, Chanda?
Oh, yeah.
And cherry-picking data to confirm an already determined worldview. So I thought this article nailed it. And I just put Einstein and narcissist and my argument cherry-pick. And this is exactly what the Republicans and the Democrats
both
who are stuck in the duopoly do. So I just, I just wanted to bring that for everybody just so they
Okay, now I'm confused. Where are we?
I am shuffling the deck. I'm reloading it.
Yeah, you got me jumping all over.
I'm sorry. So I've got it back in order. We're going to be on slide number. Oh, does reincarnation really exist? What do you think?
I don't know. Do you ever see those videos about those little kids that come back and they can tell you everything about a previous life? They say that the veil of innocence drops when between like 7 and 8. And a lot of these kids, they can describe how they were a World War II fighter pilot, where their plane went down, how, I mean, it's crazy the details that these kids get right. So I don't know, man, maybe it's a parallel universe and they're picking up, I don't know.
Well, here is some of the evidence that they're using to say it really does. Return to a past life through hypnosis. I've heard of this.
I've heard of that too.
One could regress to past life memories. The practice of hypnosis allows one to reach unconsciousness in the mind.
Yeah.
But the information found there is not reliable as truth, of course. And physical similarity scholar Jeffrey J. Keane argues, I like that, that a living person can bear a striking resemblance to a deceased one, which would represent their previous life. Now, that one, of course, I think is just, it's a genetic thing, wouldn't you agree there?
Well, you would think,
You would think, yeah, absolutely. Let me see if I can square this back up so we can see the whole frame since I refreshed the deck. There we go. And phobias and nightmares are irrational, but what they can stem from, if they are inexplicable, I said it right, they are probably the result of traumas suffered in past lives experiences.
I've heard that. My grandmother was deathly scared of water, and there was no reason for it at all. Maybe it was from past
I
life.
think there's some really deep physics and math involved in this, energy and all this other crap.
That's what life is.
Physical diseases and disorders, some aches or pains may result from past life trauma.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Nicola Dexter, a past life therapist, has described several such examples, discovering correlations between illnesses and past lives in some of her patients. And lastly, I like this one. As you know, I've got some hellacious handwriting. Some way of writing reincarnation can be proven by comparing the handwriting of the reincarnate with that of the deceased. This hypothesis is supported by Vikram Raj Singh, that's a hell of a long, an Indian researcher whose findings were welcomed at the National Conference of Forensic Scientists at the Bundekanland University in Jhansi. Honestly, Chanda, you can take it or leave it as far as reincarnation goes, I think, but they have some good points here. I think they're reasonable.
Well, yeah, there is, but it's just like a lot with the UFO abductions.
Sure.
Some of these memories can be implanted. We know that memories can be implanted into our brain. So I don't know. It's hard to say, right? I've done a lot of studying and this type of stuff. And at this point, I absolutely believe that there's something bigger out there. But do we know what it is? Will we?
Yeah, I don't know if we will or not. But I like I told you in the green room, prove it wrong before, if you can prove it wrong out of the gate, then don't waste your time. So anyway, you brought this.
I'm in the ER. I don't want to bore you with the details, but the Dyson ball cleaner is dangerously misleading project name.
That is a misleading product name.
That's too funny. I've reached that age where my brain goes from, you probably shouldn't say that, to, what the hell? Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I hear it. My memory is not that reliable anymore lately either, so... Bella Lugosi, is there life after death, moderated by John Cleese, 2018 Tom Festival, UVA Department of Perceptual Studies. Yeah, thanks, Bella. I love it. We have this one. I thought you were going to reface us on this, but obviously...
I forgot to. Sorry, it's been a long week.
No,
I should have refaced us on it. But that would have been... I know, I've just been busy. So find out your royal name. So first, Lord or Lady, then your pet's name, and then the last thing you ate, and then add of, and the last place you shopped. So example, mine would be Lady Eden Alfredo of the Amazon.
Mine would be Lady Missy of Rotten Beef of the Safeway.
Of the Safeway.
Yeah.
And then I like this one on the bottom here. Fixing typos in Texas for cowards. I'll message someone and it says, what you doing tonight? But it's spelled all wrong. And that's it's on them to figure it out.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm just like, I ain't got time to double back for, a typo. So figure it out.
You brought a Jimmy.
This is funny. This is funny. I don't know who made this, and I want them to get credit. So you'd have to go to Jimmy to see who it is.
Yeah.
But this is funny.
Jimmy brought it, so he credited him. Okay.
Right.
All right, let's give it a whirl. See if we can get it to play.
So this is a perfect time for this. Right after that last segment, this guy, I don't know who this guy is, but he's got a blue check. He tweeted out, "This pretty much explains today's world." Now, normally we have our own in-house creatives make videos like this. Misha usually makes a video like this,
Misha.
but I don't know what she's been doing lately. She hasn't done anything like this at all.
Pressure.
But now someone's coming by and stealing her thunder.
Oh,
and
shit.
Here we go.
I'll just ask this guy. Excuse me, would you mind taking a photo of us?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody say cheese.
Oh, actually, I'm a vegan. Could you please have us say something else?
Okay, everybody say tofu.
Tofu is actually not as good for you as vegans think. Any CrossFitter will tell you that. It's bad for your testosterone levels.
Okay, I'm sorry. How about we all just smile?
Oh, one more arsehole asks me to smile.
Not really an arsehole. I'm taking a photo for you. So.
What's it to smile about anyway?
Okay, would you like me to just count backwards from 3?
Oh, would you like dyslexic people to just not exist?
My cousin has dyslexia, so offended.
Adopted. Don't even know who my cousins are, so...
Dyslexic people to just not exist.
My cousin has dyslexia, so offended.
Adopted. Don't even know who my cousins are, so more offended.
How about this? We all put a word we're comfortable with in our heads and I'll get the shot.
No, it doesn't sound very inclusive, though, does it? I suppose you'd like us all to stand a few metres apart, would you, Stalin?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I don't see what religion has to do with this.
Well, I'm an atheist, so majorly triggered.
Is that a comment on the gun debate? Still trying to control people. But it's not just the people. Has anyone thought about the animals?
Look, this is what we're going to do. Everybody throw up a peace sign and I'll take a photo.
Wow. Cultural appropriation is alive and well. Why don't you just ask us to say kung fu?
Guess what? New plan, group selfie, ready, set, go, boom. And looks awesome. You're going to love it.
There you go, guys. See ya.
You took it with the front camera, you stupid cyclist dick.
Ah.
That was
so
great.
that's wow. That is
This week on Jimmy Dore.
That was pretty funny.
That was
pretty
funny. We got, is this Britt Pella?
No, this is actually funny. This is horrifying. Julie sent me this, and I'm going to drop the links in the chat so you guys can watch the whole video. And yeah, just let it play.
Oh, thanks, Julie.
Well, something strange has been happening over the last year or so. If you talk to any funeral director, they will tell you they are seeing things that they've never seen before. I mean, we featured some of them here on the show before, but like they're seeing strange looking blood clots. They're seeing all sorts of bizarre things. We'll have more on the strange looking blood clots in a second. They're working harder and longer than they've ever been working before. These undertakers, right? They've been on their feet. They've been seeing more cases than they've ever had in their 20, 30 year history as being an undertaker. Something else that they're seeing is a huge demand for tiny coffins. Huge demand for tiny coffins, child-sized caskets. That's right, coffins that will fit young people. These aren't people dying of COVID, though. It's something else entirely. Some funeral homes report that in their entire history of doing business, they have never seen so many young people dying. I wonder what they all have in common. This company that provides caskets to Costco. By the way, did you know that Costco has caskets?
No.
You can get caskets at Costco. I didn't realize that. You have everything else, but you can. Probably through their online store. But their orders are through the roof right now at Costco. This is one a casket manufacturer that sells to Costco. It says demand is up for child-sized caskets. He says, my family business is casket manufacturing in North America. We've received 2 bulk orders for sub 5-foot units, children's size, in less than 6 months. Never in 30 plus years of business have we ever sold child-sized coffins in bulk. The smaller size orders have never been so popular. I would like to mention that all casket sales are up dramatically in the last 2 years, Mark Haddock writes, or he says in this interview. He's a casket manufacturer that provides caskets to Costco. And something else, undertakers and embalmers around the world are busier than they've ever been. We've covered this on the show and show how busy they are. They've been in the United States specifically and in the UK. Here's Australia, for example. According to the Daily Mail, undertakers are busier there than ever. This week, this new story out this week, undertakers are run off their feet with abnormally high numbers of Australians dying, and not just because of COVID.
Right. Again, Dr. John Campbell has been covering this unrelated deaths that they call unexpected deaths, is how we define it. It's things that, normally the government and health professionals have a baseline of how many people they expect to die of things that are not along the normal curve of flu season or aging or things.
Well,
capitalism has a way of telling its secrets if you're paying attention.
I think everybody's stressed out. Give me a second, Dharma. I think everybody's just stressed the hell out. And per capita.
More than that. It's more than that.
I'm thinking, it's all that good stuff. But I have seen a lot of more murders, at least publicized more than.
Well, it's everything. It's suicides. It's overdoses.
Yeah.
It's people who ignored their health for 2 years while they were locked up for COVID. I mean, it's not just this alone, but that contribute to it.
Yeah. No. Abso-frickin-lutely. I wanted to bring this. Everybody should be happy about that. Speaking of death, exclusive Bill Gates reveals the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation aims to run for another 25 years. And appropriately, we have the fuck off next to that one. Thank you, Chanda.
Far off in the distance is where you should fuck off.
Fuck off there, Bill Gates. And everybody still thinks he's just a great humanitarian.
Oh, yeah. Such a humanitarian.
Shit libs do. I do have a yum-yum tonight in honor of Bill Gates.
Yum-yum.
Gates demand the next unmanned launch. And Bezos is on board with BO from the yum-yum. I hope you guys appreciate
with
that. With BO. And we have this. You brought this one. What the hell is this all about?
Studies find no one ever actually liked U2. It was just that everyone thought everyone else did, and no one wanted to speak up and make it awkward. Yeah, I kind of agree.
You didn't like U2?
Wasn't a big YouTube fan. No.
Oh, I thought they were okay.
I mean, they're there. They're okay.
I don't care for Bono these days.
I can't stand Bono these days. Are you kidding?
Yeah,
no.
So
none of them. The Edge. Yeah, no.
What's going on here with lying flat?
Okay, so there's a movement called the Laying Flat movement in China, and these are young people that refuse to be sucked into the Chinese system. So go ahead and let it play.
All right, here we go. Letting it play.
On June 8th, 2021, we aired an episode about the Lying Flat movement that's gaining popularity among young people in China. Some viewers have asked for an update. In this episode, we will look at this in more depth. Lying flat, or tongping in Chinese, describes a phenomena among young people who, instead of striving for higher pay and social status in life, choose to simply lie down and give the bare minimum. They don't buy houses, cars, fall in love, get married, or have children. Instead, they work at low-paying jobs or not working at all to maintain a minimum standard of living. How did this idea start in China? Let's look at the following video. This is a street in Guangzhou in March 2021, where bosses are lining up to be selected by workers. Most of these bosses are owners of garment factories. According to the Chinese media, factories in this area used to pick workers by posting an ad. But now, they can't even get anyone, even if they wait on the roadside all day. Young people are reluctant to join the industry, and those who do would rather work as casual workers than as permanent workers. As a result, the owners have to come out almost every day to recruit new people. This is not only happening in Guangzhou. In the southern coastal provinces of eastern China, there are many manufacturing industries that are low cost and low profit, offering low-wage jobs that are labor-intensive. In March 2018, the Chinese media published an article describing the annual recruitment difficulties faced by many factories after the Chinese New Year. It says migrant workers who entered factories 10 years ago have a higher endurance for hardship and work intensity. It writes, in the past 10 years, the economy based on internet platforms has developed rapidly in China. Compared with traditional factories, takeout and courier delivery have flexible working hours, and the income is not less. So they have advantages in attracting workforce. Traditional factories have a much harder time finding skilled workers and workers willing to do hard labor. In April 2021, a young man published a post on the internet. He described his lifestyle of lying flat at home for 2 years. It is basically not working, not laboring, occasionally doing odd jobs, and spending only 200 RMB or $31 per month. He concluded, lying flat is justice.
So what was is that what you would call a general strike?
Well, so yeah, I'm kind of excited to see that the younger, folks of China are seeing the capitalistic system that they are, servitude to, and their families were their elders, and they're saying no, and they're saying it's the same thing that we have here in America. The internet jobs just exploded, and it's easier for a lot of them to stay home and do a couple of side gigs on the internet than to go, work in one of those garment factories. So a lot of them are opting out.
Yeah, I'm hoping more people, and I've always called everybody's general strike. I'm an international general strike. We need to take the ideas that are happening in these other countries, pick the good ones, and unite and do the strike, because that's the only thing that's going to change. I don't believe the election system is going to change anything. So that's.
I don't think they technically lay flat all day. I think that's just what they call them is the laying flatters.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Joey about that.
Ask her about it, because I was wondering when I watched that report, I was like, I wonder if Joey knows anything about that.
I thought this meme was perfect. I could use this meme. This is great.
I would totally eat corn off of a paint roller. I would.
That's a good idea. Just get stainless steel plates to put your butter or your terrible.
Well, no, you can't have paint trays. Those are paint trays.
Yeah, I know. I would want to make sure that there's no. Well, we're fucked anyway, so I don't even bother. Just eat it off the goddamn paint tray and get it over with. So we have. Oh, yep. This is one of our favorite mutual aids here. This is
the United Palestinian Appeal.
Yep. Go over there to the twitter.com, UPA Connect, or upaconnect.org. Let's help the Palestinians, because Israel is helping them into an early grave.
God, I heard a stat on Yemen earlier today, or I read it somewhere, where it's on par to be the worst famine in over a century, with the amount of children that are dying off under our sanctions.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're sending billions of dollars to Ukraine to blow people up.
Save the Ukrainians. Yeah, exactly.
Fucking assholes, man. I love this. Egg salad is still chicken salad when you think about it. You are so funny.
Danzig.
You are so
Danzig is so smart.
Funny. Bringing the funny stuff there, Chanda. What do you brought a here comes
Salty.
Johnny?
No, this is Salty Cracker. And you know how Salty Cracker is, but Salty's mom is in the room with him, so he's trying to behave a little bit.
That's impossible.
It is impossible. This is Russian trolling Germany on Twitch by posting live streams of them burning natural gas 24/7.
I saw this.
Yeah. I leave a note to myself that says the only thing I disagree with Salty is I do care. I care that taxpayer money is going to support Nazis killing kids for the last 8 years. Yeah, and I do. So let's go ahead and watch this. Yeah, this is an epic troll.
Blammo! Take a look at this over here. I'm a little bit nervous because my mom's in the room, so there won't be any terminology regarding kid fuckers or other really bad language, because she might smack me in the back of the head. But we gotta talk about the Ukrainians' war effort, everybody. Hope everybody is, of course, flying all of their Ukrainian flags. Get out there and show everybody how much you care by flying a flag. Should we send them more money, Mom? Does Ukraine need any more of our money? Oh, even my mom's like, oh, she's torn. She's torn, lads. So, I mean, whoa, I'm telling you right now, that's a bad sign. 6 months ago, would you still be torn, or would you be like, no, let's help them out? See? I told you. Boom! There you go. I'm hoping all that comes through the microphone. See, this is the problem that this operation is having over there. the first $1 billion, I think most people were like, oh crap, I don't really want to send $1 billion and my gas price is going through the roof. But it's for Ukrainians. Joe Biden and all these Hollywood kid diddlers were telling me it's the right thing to do. And then there was another $1 billion the week after that, and then $4 billion the week after that, and then $44 billion last week, another $683 billion this week. There'll be another $4.3 billion next week. And all the while this is happening, everybody's sitting there at the gas pump going, motherfucker! I don't care about Ukraine. I don't care about Ukraine. And so what I've been seeing as part of my job is to hang out on this ass bag platform Twitter over here, which was full of Ukrainian flags. But it's dwindling significantly as this protracted war goes on in a part of the world that nobody ever cared about before this. Nobody cares about this place. Nobody's ever cared about this. Well, here you got a very interesting story where here's Twitch. And it's a streaming. If you don't know, if you're 40 plus years old and you don't know what Twitch is, thank God, good for you. You're what makes this world run. But it's a streaming platform where they're predominantly playing video games, and this account that went up on Twitch, and what it's live streaming is this Russian just burning natural gas at $1.44 euro a month. You can't have this, by the way. This is a massive, massive troll.
It's a massive troll. It is a massive troll, don't you think?
Yeah, but I think what's massive travesty is all the money that we're pitching over to the weapons manufacturers. And I still believe that original CBS piece about how only a fraction of the aid is getting to Ukraine.
Oh, we know that. Come on, Iraq, Afghanistan,
pallets of money. Just total bullshit. So
the money doesn't go there.
This is going to be the undoing of the Democrats in the midterms and in 24. The opposition parties, including the Greens and independent parties of any kind, they're going to break this off in Joe Biden's ass and the administration. How much money they pissed away to their corporate oligarch buddies in the military-industrial complex around the world. That's going to kill them. I love this. Me after eating a family-sized bag of cheese puffs. Yeah, that's kind of me. And you're dedicating this to Reef Brandlin over there at INN News, I assume. He loves kitties, so... Yeah,
I love kitties and cheese puffs.
And cheese puffs. Yeah, I've been staying away from those things for a while.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't want to get.
They're so unhealthy. Yeah.
Get too carried away. And here we go with Stoner Corner.
Stoner Corner. If you got them, smoke them. Let's see. Fixing pain as a kid. Fixing pain as an adult. Yeah, I love the pot sticker. I love pot stickers. That was perfect for me.
That's fried wonton with crab meat.
Fried wonton, yeah. With cream cheese and crab meat. I love those. I know.
That's you do that. You hit the weed and then you get the munchies. I mean, that's the way to go. And I love the Barbie. Who'd you get that Barbie thing from?
I got that from Shelley Olmstead, yeah, exactly. Barbie, this blunt will knock your tits off. High quality. She's not intended for little punk ass bitches.
That's great. I love that. That is so cool. You brought this from our sister Fair and Balanced over there. What is going on?
Okay, so
here?
I got to explain this. Okay, so she is on Rakeda Law, which is a law tuber, and she goes and hangs out with these guys all the time, Joe, and she knows these guys. She's worked in the field with them on the Johnny Depp case. And they're talking about the rule of 666. Now, I never heard of this. And apparently it's a standard for women on Tinder. So you want a man who's at least 6 foot tall. Yeah, it's a dating app. It's a dating app.
Dating app or porn site?
I don't know because I've never been on it. But so these guys are trying to explain to her. They ask her if she knows what 666 is, and then they explain it to her. And Farron is priceless with her response. She had me laughing, cracking up. She always does.
Okay, so anyway, so you haven't heard the 666 thing. It's a requirement that
boost it?
women have for men, typically on Tinder. You got to be 6 feet tall.
Okay.
6-figure income, and a minimum 6-inch penis.
Okay. So mine would probably be like 6'8", but
wow.
Sorry.
Tell me more. I want to know all about this.
She just sounds off.
There you go. Seriously.
I'm just kidding.
Are you kidding?
666. No, I. You know what? It's been, you guys. It's been so long. I'm not even kidding.
It's been so long.
Jesus Christ, Joe!
There's a question.
Jesus!
That was a good joke. And yes, the ground needs to be swept.
You need the fucking chimney sweep from Mary Poppins?
Wait for it.
Chim chimney, chim chiroo.
Oh my God.
Vaginery, varoo.
Oh my
What
God.
the fuck are you talking about? Jesus Christ!
Women are different though. We can go a long time without it.
Oh
That
my
was
God.
funny.
Kudos to Farron. Good way to
Yeah.
go, Farron.
Farron
Oh,
always
my
has
God.
me giggling.
Yeah, she laughs well too. Some people have kind of a fake laugh. Her laugh
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Yeah, no, it is.
I love it. And we are at Hollywood. You got to download some celebrity opinions tonight? No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got celebrity opinions. You got celebrity? I want to shout out Louise Fletcher. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Passed away at 88 years old. Nurse Ratched. Nurse Ratched. That made an impression on me when I was a young man. I think she stole the show. Actually, didn't she win an Oscar for that?
I think she did.
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
So
But
anyway, rest in peace, Louise Fletcher. You were a great actress. Can I say actress? That's right, actress, not actress.
I think they call themselves actors now. They're just actor.
Okay. All right. Well, I stand corrected. I love this, Chanda.
I see Mel stuck around the deck for one more week.
Yeah, I had to keep Mel around for the upcoming story for sure. But you brought this meme, right?
Well, yeah, you've seen all the controversy about Ariel and
the color thing,
the casting, the coloring thing, and so I just tell everybody to shut up because this is how a fish woman should look.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this too, but then they'd be bitching about color again because she's too gray or blue or not, whatever. It's like, oh my God in heaven. I don't know what to say, but I ran across this little gem. The Israel Files. WikiLeaks docs show top Hollywood producers working with Israel to defend its war crimes. Shanda, is this new?
No way. No way.
Is this new? This isn't new.
This ain't new. This ain't new.
This is just common knowledge for
This
some
is a
of us.
tale as old as Israel.
Yeah, it is. And once again, not picking on anybody that doesn't deserve to be picked on. But as Israel was launching a deadly assault on Gaza, killing thousands of civilians and displacing more than 100,000 people, many of America's top TV, music, and film producers were organizing to protect the apartheid state's reputation from widespread international condemnation.
Well, yeah.
Together, the Sony archive, a cache of emails published by WikiLeaks, prove that influential entertainment magnates attempted to whitewash Israeli crimes and present the situation as defending itself from impending genocide. Liaise, which is liaison, with Israeli military and government officials in order to coordinate their message, attempted to cancel those who spoke out against the injustice, and put financial and social pressure on institutions who hosted artists, which is kind of a McCarthy thing, black artists.
Right, and they've done that.
Criticizing the apartheid's. This is common knowledge, but I'm glad that Alan McLeod has the guts to put it up here.
Yeah. But everybody knows it. Hollywood and Israel are hand in hand and always have been.
With the military-industrial complex.
Yep.
Because that's the way it is. And we have a Fee Says here. Fee Says, you brought this,
Fee
right?
Says, oh, and of course I don't have my glasses. Let's see. I can't read it. It's too small.
Fee Says, 50,000 Muscovites rallied to support the referendum. Westerners don't realize the whole reason this conflict's happening now because Ukraine bombed Donbass for 8 years, and when they voted to be independent, Ukraine did not like it and bombed them again. This was a long time in coming, and I have to say, referring to my earlier little skit in here with the the Israeli rape and torture thing where they're blaming Russia. That's where this shit comes from, because they're going to project everything that the Ukrainian military is doing. So let me get this straight.
They learned from the best.
They're stopping at taking and wrapping saran wrap people to poles and pulling their pants down and murdering people in the streets.
We saw that.
We've seen that. So go fuck yourself with your propaganda, and that's all I got to say on that. Would you like to add to that?
I just want to say good job, Fee says. Fee is just doing such an amazing job, and keep it coming, Fee.
You are doing an outstanding.
She's educating us.
Yes,
she keeps us informed.
Yeah.
Like, I can go through the list of who's really keeping us informed about Ukraine,
Yep.
Eve Bartlett, Vanessa Bealey, Fee, there's so many doing great. Whitney Webb doing such great research. Scott Ritter,
what's the other?
Well, of course, the Convo Couch. The Convo's just doing an amazing job with it.
Gentlemen over Mark Swoboda, all of them.
Yeah.
Doing the job. You want to promote this right here before we head?
Yeah, one more time, October 8th, in front of the Department of Justice. Hands off Assange. Please try to make it if you can, if you're in the area, or find one close to you. I know they're all over the country, and I'm hoping that I'll get a list this week of where they're at. I'm sure it's going to start cycling, when and where for other places. So.
Yeah, I think it is too, and got to promote this too.
My Trailer Park Pundit. Yeah, Trailer Park Pundit, Tuesday mornings at 10:05 Pacific Standard Time. Hang out with me in the trailer park, and we just talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Yeah, and what do we got going on this week? What you engineered for Chanda or Amber last night. Went pretty good for your first time out.
We had some hiccups.
Yeah,
but
we're gonna get rid of the hiccups this week, and then we've got. Were you doing anything Tuesday or?
Well, yeah, I do my Beauty or Trailer Park Pundit in the morning, and then we do Beauty and the Boomer Shorts. Yeah. And I've been engineering on Tuesday. I engineered our show last Tuesday.
Yeah, so expect us Tuesday unless I get sick again. I hope I don't. But
I'm glad you're feeling better. I can see you've got a lot more.
Pizzazz.
Giddy up in your step right now.
Still jacked up. I have my days. I did do blood tests. They took about 5 gallons of blood out. I know that's not good,
vampires.
but they checked it, and I got the results back, and I can kind of read them. And there wasn't anything really too horrible yet. But I've got some more tests going into, and with all the poison they're throwing at me,
always good to be safe.
I'm still here. Yeah. So
right.
Anyway, and then next week, Beauty and the Boomer. What's the occasion next week? The occasion next week is like what? 1 week before you go to. DC?
No, I am hosting a candidate forum next. Oh no, next Saturday, next Friday.
Okay.
I know, I'm good.
You're good next Saturday. So that will be the first. Is that the first? That's the first, right?
It's the 8th that we won't have a Beauty and the Boomer because Amber and I will be on the ground in DC.
Actually, we're going to be doing stuff in the morning Saturday. So
we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. So look for us.
It's going to be in the morning. We're going to take that Beauty and the Boomer time and cover the Assange event around the world. And we've been working on that. We've got decks and things. So we hope you will tune in. Starting at 8 a.m. Pacific, I believe it is. And the event actually officially starts at 9. And we're going to hang around after for you guys doing interviews. And
I know. I'm so excited. Have you seen the lineup? Have you guys seen the lineup? It's amazing. There's so many great people that are signed up to speak. I've got my list of people. We're going to have a little site kind of off where we can do interviews and talk to people, another like a backdrop. So I plan on getting lots of interviews.
Cool. I am so excited now. For the moment I've been waiting for, because
you did a great job on this.
I worked my ass off. Chanda, you picked out the song, and if we get punked on it, so be it. I don't care.
Bring it.
Bring it. I worked on the audio and the video, and thank you once again. I want to shout out everybody who has stuck it out with us tonight. We really, really love you all and appreciate you all so much for hanging out with Beauty and the Boomer on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, this is fam. I love it. It's like, when you were younger, you used to go out with your friends and you hang out in bars and clubs or you do stuff. And now that we're all older and COVID's hit, I love this. I get to hang out with my greatest fams and friends every Saturday night, and have been for almost 3 years now. I love it.
Yeah, and we don't have a lot of live participants, but that's okay because small is better for Chanda.
Yeah. More money, more problems.
Yeah, and more people. The pressure on some of our sisters and brothers to put out a show.
I know.
It's a lot of damn work.
It's a lot. Yeah.
So we respect you guys who are doing the content out
to you
there
guys.
and doing the stuff on the ground. We hope we add to a little bit something a little different to the whole stream of things, but that is our fams. So we are going to go out with Have a Cigar, and this is a cover
Excellent.
by the Main Squeeze, and it is really terrific. Chanda, thank you so much. Thanks, everybody out there.
Thank you, guys. Everybody.
Yes, love you guys. Hope we brought something that you learned tonight or had a little fun with. So we will see you Tuesday morning on the Trailer Park Pundit. Good night, everybody.
Turn it up.
Everybody else